Edo State, a land of great opportunities, a gathering of great natural talents, natural resources, with a history marked with innovation and achievements that have been admired by the world for centuries. A people with a continued history of good leadership and ingenuity. Governor Godwin Obaseki, upon assuming the mantle of leadership in Edo State, has continued on the work of his predecessor, Adams Oshomole, who laid down many of the fundamentals for socio-economic development in Edo, showing the people that a government with a vision and purpose can indeed make a difference in the lives of its people. So, what has changed in this new administration?
I am just leaving an agenda for change, an agenda set out by my party, the All Progressive Congress. If you read the manifesto of the party, there's nothing I've done in the last 1 year that's not in full alignment with the party's philosophy. So my mantra, my philosophy was just to build on what existed and to ensure continuity.
Yeah, the vision is turning Edo State to a land of make and honey, consolidating on the gain of the last administration of Comrade Adams Oshomole and taking it out of that name called civil service state to an industrial state.
What we've done is to focus on improving our school system, particularly basic education for the long term, but for the short term to now begin to ensure that we create institutions to train technical people, technical manpower. So the first thing we did was to go to Benin Technical College, which was the pioneer technical college in this country, to clean it out and begin to rebuild it and put in the resources to train the kind of people companies will need when they come into the place.
Deliberately, we took the issue of law and order seriously. And right from day one, we made it clear to our people that one of the main focus of this government is to make sure that we restore law and order. That we have done to a large extent.
In this world, in this constantly technology-driven world, in the era of globalization, there is no way you can unleash the power and creativity of the people without bringing in foreign capital. Foreign investments must come in with technology, with new skills, with the financing, and with new methods of work.
To encourage investment, the state government has set in place specific targeted policies and strategies, all orchestrated to encourage investors' commitment.
I can tell you that there has been some good news, and we are very, very pleased about it. Before then, we were hardly getting any smallholder rubber coming to our factory for processing. Since January, we budgeted for 70 tons for the year. Since January up until today, we've got nearly 500 tons, just because the governor removed the illegal touts from the road. So that shows you how business is adversely affected by these kind of things.
But there has been quite an influx of people trying to come to Edo State to invest, especially in the area of agriculture, which is where we are. We know that people have been coming. And that's because of the mindset of the government. They've been able to back up their words with action visible to everybody that they mean what they say. And that's been encouraging to existing investors and potential investors.
And interestingly, you can see that industries are already opening. Boa just opened up recently. The fertilizer company that was abandoned for years, that was just a conduit pipe, is working now. And there are other companies that are already going, and there are many that are coming.
In 2020, countries like America, UK, and other developed countries are not going to be using petrol cars anymore, which will further affect the dependence on crude oil. And Nigeria, crude oil being the main source of IGR of Nigeria, is going to further affect our economy. So we are looking at a new direction, which is tourism. We have a site like Sopomba River, less than 45 minutes drive from here. So that the water is crystal clear, it is blue. It has a historical background as well. It stated that the Obavorame in 1897, before the invasion of the British Empire, actually spent some time there. And if you go there, his canoe that is used is still in the water, and you can still see after over 150 years. So the potential in that place is enormous. And any investor that is coming to invest there, I can guarantee the investor that he will make his money back in less than 3 to 5 years.
There are other reasons why Edo State is the best or one of the most viable places in Nigeria for investment.
I think Edo State, first of all, has all the resources that any agro-business would require. It has good soils, it has good rain, it has various bioclimatic regions. You know, we do oil palm and rubber, for instance, but it is not restricted to those. The whole of Edo State lends itself very well to being an agro-industrial zone.
We have traveling around all over in Nigeria. Why we finally choose Edo State to do our business? Because first one is location. Edo State is close to Lagos, like it's 350 kilometers from here to Lagos, and it's very close to the main market, Onitsha market. So that's why we choose our company for here.
Most persons do not realize that Edo is actually the energy hub of this country. Virtually all the major lines from the south, they have to go through Edo to be evacuated into the national grid. The Azura Power is here, the independent power projects are here. This is what industries need to do business.
As part of the administration's vision for the future, there is a plan to establish a seaport at Gelekele and also to create industrial parks across various locations in the state.
It's a multi-billion-dollar investment in Edo State. It's going to warehouse so much of the economic potentials that we've long desired as a people, opening up the economic space, opening up the industrial space, opening up the energy space for Edo people.
Edo State currently carries maybe 60% of the traffic of all exports that goes to Lagos and eventually gets exported. Why will I travel 300 kilometers more when there's Gelekele seaport?
We are still import some raw material. We import it from China. If government can do a industry park, and which some company can produce the raw material, which can supply to our company, it can help our company to reduce the cost instead of import raw material from China.
There has also been a deliberate effort to improve on the ease of doing business with this administration. This includes easier access to decision makers.
I didn't know His Excellency before January of this year. And today, I'm collaborating with his administration in achieving his goal for a rebirth of agri in Edo State. If your business concept keys into the program, the larger objective of the state, then you have a willing and ready partner in Edo State.
Edo State has shown that it's a partner with industry. It supports investments and it helps you grow your investment. It provides a conducive environment for businesses to invest, and especially for production facilities like ours, for manufacturing, and there's always room for partnership. The government is open to discussions, and that makes it more feasible for us to come to Edo State.
We were actually going to start a plant in another location, and we had actually started, but the environment, when we compared that location to the Edo State environment, the Edo State was so friendly and enabling, we've actually transferred the project there. That is a major factor to take note of. So if Dangote is investing anywhere, you go and have a second look, and there is something good there.
With a combination of raw materials from agriculture, raw materials from mining, availability of electricity and gas and water, we have to be the industrial engine of Nigeria. If we are not, then it's our fault. So the future of Nigeria is inextricably linked to the future of Edo State. That is why we are in a hurry to propel our country, and that effort must start with what we do in Edo State.
Building a sustainable future for our children and the nation starts now. Let's move forward together in manufacturing, agribusiness, digital services, food processing, and infrastructural development. We are envisioning the future. Welcome to Alaghodaro 2017, the Edo State Investment Summit.